Hello, welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. It's all about crochet. Sometimes it's about knitting and sometimes it's about yarn. Mostly it's just about my life and the things that are going on in this fantastic yarning community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming back, spending a little bit of your Friday with me. We made it through another week. This week seemed to fly by really fast. I have been working pretty strictly on gloves and mittens and, of course, a Baggy blanket, because, you know, that's what we do about here on Fridays, is we're all about Baggy Creek and our Baggy Creek blanket brigade and our blanket drive. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, check out some of the videos that are listed in my description box. Baggy Creek is a camp here in Florida that we are supporting with the Baggy Blanket Brigade Drive, hashtag fill that truck, or hashtag 2025 and 2025. The kids that go to this camp, you know, they're sick, they have illnesses, things that prohibit them from going to camp with kids who aren't. They have to be medically supervised. So the camp has doctors and nurses and medical students on staff. It's a really great place. Our little part in all this is that we are donating blankets that go on the kids' beds in their cabins, and then at the end of their time at camp, if they're there for the weekend or if they're for a full week, they get to take the blanket home with them, and it becomes their forever souvenir for their time at Baggy Creek. Well, Nancy from She's Got Yarn to Lynette at Charm Grammy and Billy the Crafty Floridian, they started this going on 3 years ago now, because we've been doing this. This is our third annual, and they started it, and now Billy has kind of taken a step back, although she's still very much involved. She's just not on the lives every Wednesday. And we've adopted in Juan the Yarn Addict, and so now he has come in, and between the four of us, we are collecting blankets. We open them every Wednesday. We rotate through everybody's channels. So last week it was on Nancy's channel. I don't even know whose channel it's going to be on next week. Maybe Juan's, maybe Lynette's. I don't know. Watch your announcements. Somebody will let you know. But in the meantime, my little part in all this is I'm putting together squares into blankets, and the squares have all been donated from you guys. So today I do have one blanket done. My goal is one blanket a week. Sometimes I get two done. This week I got one done, and then I'll show you this box of squares that came in from one of you. My squares are all 5x5 squares, just so that they all fit, and I still am going through squares that I got last year, but that's okay. The more squares we have, the more blankets I can make. So this week, like I said, I only got one done, but I think it turned out pretty cute with all the bright fun colors. And I do have a heart right there. You can see the heart. And there's like a starfish on this one, I think. Of course, I can't see it when I'm looking at it backwards. Oh yeah, it's like a big old star right here. And we just got some bright fun colors. I used some chenille yarn in like a mustard color to sew them all together. My blankets have 56 squares in them. Sometimes I do 7 rows of 8. Sometimes I do 8 rows of 7. This is a 7 row of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, this is an 8 rows of 7, and that comes out almost perfect to a 40 by 40 square. A little bit shorter than that, but it still fits the parameters of the blankets, and it is a fun little blanket with all the bright squares. So honestly, this one, I just reached in the bag and pulled out 56 squares. There was no rhyme, no reason to it. And that's one of the reasons why I like these. They kind of look like quilts. There's no rhyme, no reason to them. but these kind of all go, and the mustard was able to pull it all together. And the mustard, the chenille just gives that soft edge, you know, something to feel on. So that is this week's blanket. Yeah, I think I'm going to call an end to squares at the end of November. So if you do have some, you have the month of November to get them to me, because really, you guys, I'm making a blanket a week, and I'm still not making a dent. It just seems like no matter how much more I do, I'm not getting to the bottom. So at the end of November, so you've got a couple more weeks to get them into me, I'm cutting it off as far as getting squares in. I'm going to continue to work on them, but it just seems like I get some and there's just not enough going out, as much going in. I'm not complaining. I'm just going to say we're done with squares, and I probably will not be collecting any next year either. I will not be collecting any next year either, because I am going to give myself a break. I'm going to do the next couple weeks of Christmas blankets, or of the blankets in November, the next couple weeks in November. I'm going to do one in December for a Christmas blanket. Then I'm giving myself the month of January off from doing the baggy blankets. And then I'll pick it back up sometime in February. Just getting a little swamped. I've got a million things that I want to get done, and I need a break from the squares for a little bit. I've been working on these nonstop for 2 years, and I need a little bit of downtime from them, and that's okay. Seriously, I am not complaining. I am having the best time putting these together, making sure that every blanket that leaves my house that comes from your squares has a heart on it somewhere, so that it shows that we have put these together with love and care, and that somebody is thinking about them. I love all the fun squares that you've sent. I love putting them together in fun, cute ways that I think the kids will like. So thank you all for participating in my squares. But after the end of November, we are done collecting squares. And if they come in after, that's fine. But I'm not going to be actively soliciting squares after the end of November, and I will not be collecting them again next year. I really just want to get through the ones that have been sitting here for 1.5 years. So anyway, speaking of squares, I did get one box in this week, and this came from Krista in Eagle Point, Oregon, and she gave me this cute little type note with the pretty little flowers on it. And she sent this whole box full of squares in all different colors with different, look how cute those are. Ooh, nice soft yarn too. We've got some more in the pink and the yellow, the purple, and some solid color ones. Oh, I like this one with the coral and yellow. So these are, she said, pinks and oranges in the solid version. These are really, really pretty. We got some, oh, look, there's some red and some aqua and some coral. So Krista, thank you so much. These are just very sweet. They will make a really, really nice blanket. I'm already thinking I'm going to add some of the butterfly ones that I have with these to make one whole blanket. I think it'll be a beautiful blanket. So thank you so much, Krista. Thank you everybody who has participated, who has sent me squares, who has just been supportive of my efforts of putting these squares together. Yes, I have had several emails from people saying that they would love to help put these squares together. But to be honest with you, I don't want to spend the money to send them to somebody else for them to have to turn around and send them back to me. I just think that's adding cost where we don't need to add cost. So I'm going to keep plugging away at it. I'm going to keep making a blanket a week, if not more than one. You know, over the winter when things are slowing down, you know, February, March around here when there's not a whole lot going on, I can, you know, put more than one blanket together a week. But between now and Christmas, it's kind of a busy time, and I don't want to overextend myself. I don't want to overstress myself. So I'm going to put one Christmas blanket together in December, and then I'm going to take a break just for a few weeks. Then I'll start back in on putting them together, because you know what? We're going to do this again next year. Come next August, we're going to start collecting blankets again. So, and that'll be here before you know it. And I know I'm jumping the gun, but seriously, I will start making these blankets again so that we can get every square that anybody has ever sent in into a blanket that will definitely go to Baggy Creek, that will be able to go home with the kids, because really that's what we're here for, is to be able to make these fun blankets for the kids to have their forever souvenir for their time at Camp Baggy Creek. So guys, short and sweet this week. One blanket, one box. We got this. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Stay safe. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and give yourself some grace. But above all, be kind to everyone. And I will talk to you on Monday. Have a great weekend, everybody.